Let's start in the world of tech. Google could be required to pay up to $27.3 million a year in compensation to South African media outlets. That's after the country's competition watchdog found the tech giant guilty of anti-competitive practices. Meta and X, that's the platform formerly known as Twitter, also face similar fines. According to South Africa's Competition Commission, findings from a probe into market activities revealed that Google's algorithm distorts competition between news media organizations because it overrepresents global news media in South Africa for search and top stories and underrepresents local language and community media. It expects a final report later this year. All parties have been given until the 7th of April to support evidence to support their viewpoint. The commodity trading companies Glencore and Vitol have won a $380 million award in litigation against Nigerian LNG. The gas supplier, that's the trading firm Talaveras, won a legal battle in a London court against Nigeria's sole liquefied natural gas producer for non-delivery of cargoes. Talaveras had sued Nigeria LNG, which runs the country's biggest LNG production plant. The venture involves minority shareholders Shell, Total Energy and ENI. Nigeria's state-owned oil firm NNPC has a 49% stake in the company, which covers roughly 5% of global supply. Turning to the business of sports now, the Premier League team Manchester United has announced plans to cut up to 200 jobs, including reducing its London office, as it attempts to return to profitability after 5 years of losses. Billionaire Jim Ratcliffe spent around $1.5 billion to acquire almost a third of Manchester United. In his first year as a shareholder, the club has performed worse than at any other time since the 1980s. It's lost over $126 million and it has a looming debt cliff. Manchester United is also having one of its poorest seasons ever on the pitch, standing in 15th place in the Premier League. And finally, the consumer goods giant Unilever has pushed out its CEO, Hein Schumacher, after less than 2 years in office. Schumacher took on the role in July 2023 at a time when investor confidence was pretty low. He kicked off a shake-up that included plans to spin off its ice cream business and cut costs. Analysts say the move signals that the board wasn't satisfied with the pace of restructuring of the company. The chief finance officer, Fernando Fernandes, will take over on the 1st of March. The firm hailed his ability to, quote, drive change at speed. Unilever shares closed 1.38% lower in London on Tuesday. They've risen by 8% during the tenure of Schumacher, but they're relatively flat from the start of 2020 to date. Those are your company headlines on February 25th.